Too often, one thing that I notice a lot in my courses, one thing from my students, I also notice this many times in the corporate world. When clients would come to me, and essentially what they do is they come to me and they say, I've got this, I've got this training that I need to develop, and I really want to develop it in Flash, or I really want to develop it for my mobile device, or I really want to develop it for, using this software, whatever it may be, Unity game engine, for example. Whatever it may be, they have this, fascination with Articulate, Captivate, you name it, they want to develop in it. And I say to them, the first thing I say to them when I look at something like this, one of the things I teach is that, well, let's start backwards. Let's not start with what is the technology that you want to use. Let's start with what do you actually need to teach, and then let's find what technology actually meets that criteria. The first thing I tell my students when I go in to evaluate a program from somewhere is, or I go in to evaluate training that someone's developed, is I ask them, let me see your learning objectives. Let's see your learning objectives, let's see your instructional strategies, and let's see your assessment items. With those three key pieces of information, I can start to look at their training and help to determine whether or not the training actually has met their needs. Obviously you need to know the learner analysis and everything from the needs assessment in that as well. But when I see things developed in Flash and I realize, wow, this is a glorified PowerPoint presentation. These are flashcards. You developed this in Flash. You spent how much time, how much money developing this when I could have met your learning objectives developing this in PowerPoint. I see this too often. Too many times in our field, usually with just inexperienced instructional designers or students. They just have their minds set on a type of technology that they think should be used without actually thinking about what are my objectives. Does this really meet my learning objectives? Is there another tool that's more cost efficient um, and time efficient that will also meet my learning objectives and meet the needs for my instructional strategies and allow me to assess the way I want to? That's really what's important. The key is design before technology. Um, so one thing I recommend everyone always do for my students who are going to watch this video and anyone else who watches this, um, please make sure that you consider the design, look at the design and say what technology will help me meet my goals here. Not, I have this technology, what can we design with it? All right, thank you. And again, my name is Ray Pastore, so you guys can visit my blog or my website at raypastore.com. Thanks.